Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And you can see as I'm surrounded by a sea of food and a smiling face. We're at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale. I love this place so much. I love this woman so much, Lenore Gilbert. It's always a pleasure to be back here for our monthly visit.
Thank you.
And
We took a couple of months off, right?
Yeah,
Over the
we
summer.
call it the summer hiatus.
now we're back.
We go with the flow, seasonality of the whole restaurant
Right.
business. It's all good. But it's been great to get back in here.
Yeah.
Not so great for my waistland, but
Let's not discuss
That's
your
not
weight
her
line.
fault. You're here
we-
once a month.
that's true. It's my own damn fault. I just have no control. But it's when I'm surrounded by all this stuff that's so good. And I got to give you some credit. Oh, we got Defo
Oh, look who's
sliding
here.
in. We wanted to
There
get
he
rolling
is.
because we got lots of holiday stuff to get to. Jeff Defo DeForest rolling on
Hello.
in here. Again, the address here, for those who have never been here, it's 1821 Cordova Road. It's in the, I guess, the
Harbor
shops.
shops.
Harbor Shops,
Shops.
just south of 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale on Cordova Road when you go the other way. And a beautiful complex here. It's got a Total Wine. You can do holiday gift shopping at Total Wine. Defo is saying he's got no hearing there.
Turn him on.
Turn him on.
It's on.
Turn him on.
You can
And
turn it
then-
up louder, but it's on.
Defo, not working? Hold on. Let's see. We're
Uh-oh.
gonna get rolling. But
Everything's on.
I got to thank
Oh,
you.
there you go.
Okay.
Now-
got it.
now it's in.
Ah, Lenore.
All right.
That's what I was
Welcome,
missing.
What's
Defo.
happening?
That 17th Street is a bear when it comes to traffic.
No,
this
you
time
know
of
what?
year.
I made a tragic mistake. I was distracted. I got a call from the great Tony Segreto, a legendary broadcaster here in South Florida. And I don't want to mention the nature of the call, but he was essentially trying to unload some Orange Bowl tickets. And
Now the Orange Bowl is going to be a semifinal. In
yeah,
the
no, it's a
playoffs,
huge
so it's
game.
A big game.
We don't know who's going to be in it yet, but it's going to be, of great significance.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I mean, it was as if driven by magnetic force field, my car turned in the direction that I would normally drive to the racetrack.
Oh my God.
And I normally, and I love the drive down here because I love coming here.
Yes.
I love having Lenore on the show. I mean, she's one of my favorite people to ever share a stage with, and
I love these.
I had
sweet
the privilege
potato
of doing it with a lot of
Stop
great people.
eating.
And yeah, he can't stop. He can't stop himself in that way. But anyway, what I was going to say was, and I love the drive down A1A to come here to
And you
17th Street.
just went by.
Well, I ended up on Federal Highway instead. And so that was a tragedy
You got
because
for lunch?
it
And
took
the
me an
tunnel.
extra 10 minutes to get here. So,
Oh.
but I can't believe it. I had a picture, a vision of what the table was going to look like, and
Yeah.
it's beyond overwhelming, Lenore.
Well,
It really
and
is.
you missed. There was a pregame warm up today.
No, you already ate.
So here's the thing. I came in.
No. I'm not telling the story.
Lenore saved my life. Okay, I came in a
I
little
don't
bit
know that there's
hungover
any saving.
today.
Hungover.
2025.
No,
Oh, it is,
there's
my man. What's
Wellington.
going on? What a great man.
And he gives us great service as usual here. But no, I came in a little bit. I don't know. Do we say under the weather? Not under the weather.
You wasn't aware?
hungover.
I wasn't
You were
under the
hungry.
influence anymore. It was the after the under the
Yeah.
influence, which is
How
the
stoned were
hangover.
He
you?
was a little green.
No, last night was
Oh,
a
last
poker
night.
night. Drank a little too much and had too much fun. Didn't eat anything this morning. And I said, oh, a bowl of chicken noodle soup might be, they call it
Yeah.
Jewish penicillin because
Right.
it pretty much cures everything. And it saved my life. I'm now peppy.
No, you're
and
much
ready to-
better. You know, it's funny. It's interesting you mention that because my wife dragged out this a tub full of T-shirts. I was trying to sell these fully vaccinated shirts that I had printed up. So I have like 500 of them, Lenore. So, but the idea was during COVID, everybody was talking about whether they had the vaccine or not.
Right.
And a buddy of mine and I, we put a few bucks into this. We sold 4 so far in 5 years. And it was fully vaccinated on the T-shirt. Very nice quality T-shirt with a instead of an exclamation point, it had a syringe as the exclamation point. And I thought, nobody is more fully vaccinated than Mayo, who is like the ultimate hypochondriac.
I get
Are you
everything
really?
every year.
Shot.
I get my flu shot every year. I've been getting my COVID boosters every year.
Yeah.
I just got my shingles and pneumonia vaccines that they recommended for me.
Really?
I got my tetanus
He's like
shot
a
up
Rhesus
in-
monkey, this guy. I mean,
don't
it's
know.
unbelievable. He's
What
had more
about weight
vaccines.
loss?
You'd be
Ozempic's
happy.
next. The next
Mark
is
that
Ozempic.
down the time on the show so we
What
can
about
put that
weight
up on
loss?
TikTok if they don't get banned.
First
Sorry.
of all,
I'm
I
sorry.
consider it a occupational hazard to pack on a few too many pounds.
That's an
Okay.
excuse.
And look at you're my enabler.
I'm so,
Look what's on this.
This is
table.
dinner for two?
you
I mean, what are you talking
contacted-
about
Isn't
here?
that dinner for
and you don't even see the chicken soup that I already consumed, which was delicious,
Yeah,
by the way.
it made
No,
you
you
feel
do a
better.
great job
Chock
on it.
full of
Yeah.
vegetables, great broth, those nice little kind of medium egg noodles with
Nice chunks of
chunks of
chicken too.
carrots and celery and some potatoes too. The
Right.
potatoes and noodles, double starch, little bit controversial in some quarters. I think it worked
Yeah, but it
perfectly.
sucks up the alcohol.
It's so good. I am feeling ready to start just
Were you that
It's like a
counting
sponge.
beers again.
Yeah.
I didn't know you that.
By the way, a special hello again. I mean, we mentioned this young lady yesterday, but she's a huge fan of yours, Lenore, and of Gilbert's. The lovely Gail Kappas of Las Patas fame.
Oh, really?
They love coming here, her and Harry, and
Oh,
have
nice.
nothing but the highest of praise
Really?
for everything that you guys do here.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, that's very
That's
nice.
so
Yeah.
sweet.
Are you proud of me, Lenore? I just went in for
A piece of fish.
one of the healthier bites.
But you also ate some of the macaroni and cheese.
Mhm.
That looks
first.
good. Yeah. Did he put his hand in there, or can
No,
we
just
share
his
that?
own fork. He
Just
put
my
his
own
own
fork.
fork.
Okay, all right.
And he only did it one time.
I
Okay.
might need to get
Yeah.
He did. I'm just doing the double dipping. Because Defo
Help
wears on
us,
germs.
help us, Lenore. Help us, please.
Try it.
I might need to get another bowl of this to go because my lovely daughter Natalia is back in town.
Okay.
And she just had a little dental procedure. She needs soft food for a couple of days. I
Okay.
gave her a pancake this morning from our friend at Bake Shack. Great
Right.
blueberry pancake. I saw
Nice.
Keith. And then, mac and cheese might be her next order of
Okay.
business. She loves this stuff, and
All
it's
right.
easy to chew. But meanwhile, all right,
Okay.
the soup set the stage. I just had the seared ahi tuna
That
with
looks
the
great.
Asian
That's-
slaw. That's fantastic. You want
No,
some of
that's
that?
not.
More?
That's a broccoli slaw. That's the blackened
broccoli
tuna.
slaw.
You had the
Oh,
broccoli.
nice.
You had the. Yes, this is the.
Oh, that
blackened
is.
tuna.
You know what my
And
first
this is
instinct
broccoli
is?
I don't
slaw.
know if my religion allows me to eat
We're seared
broccoli
ahi
slaw.
tuna or
Why?
blackened
It
tuna.
doesn't
It's a
even
joke.
look like
There you
that.
He's
go.
joking. He's like the
Why?
base. He doesn't
Broccoli
like his
slaw.
vegetables.
Wow.
Because my whole body
It
will
doesn't.
rebel
Does it
against
look like
vegetables.
broccoli?
No, it doesn't.
So eat it. Looks
It,
delicious.
it tricks you.
The sweet potato fries, of course, are always calling my name, Lenore. And
Okay.
then,
Have some of those.
which
It's so good.
burger is this? Because
Okay. Wait. I can't see because
Mango.
of the light.
Mango Tango.
That's
that
the
looks
Lango
great.
Tango Never Better
Wango
Burger.
Tango. Wango Tango.
Okay.
No, Lango. His name is Mike
Oh,
Lang.
it's
Lang.
Lango.
Mike
Lango.
Lang.
Yeah, give the story, the background.
Oh, all right. He's an
here
old
every
customer.
night.
He's here a lot. Yeah, he's here a lot. But we do this trade-off thing because he goes lobster hunting,
Mm.
fishing. So he brings me lobsters,
Mhm.
and I give him food.
Little bobber.
You know,
That's smart.
Little bobber.
But he discovered this burger. It's got I don't know onions on it and cheese.
blue
And
Does he do
cheese?
blue cheese? I
He
think?
got blue
Oh,
cheese. He
wow,
likes
wow,
blue
Lango
cheese with
Tango.
the
And he's a
and-
racetrack.
Grilled
He
onions,
used to
grilled
hang out-
mushrooms.
And he's an original Floridian. He's
Oh,
been
yeah?
here forever.
that has
Yes.
everything I like on it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's a great burger. That's the only one he eats.
You're going to cut that up and get into that. But
We have
yeah,
a kosher hot dog. We have what is this one?
this one is the
Hickory
hickory,
The hickory. It's a
hickory
barbecue
barbecue
bacon Swiss burger.
Oh,
with
that looks great.
onion
Okay.
ring on top.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful piece of
I noticed
salmon that is
you're
now
ignoring the salmon.
obscured.
Yeah.
No, I
We
actually
tried some.
I cut into it before you got here because it just looks so. You
Yeah,
know, a lot of
it's-
times
With butter,
salmon is
garlic.
to me overcooked, but when it comes out like that, you can tell it's still
Well,
like juicy and
We
moist
cook
in
it
the middle.
medium,
Yeah,
and the
no.
salmon here is fresh.
It's fantastic.
And
Looks
we
great.
get the whole fish here.
Oh,
and
right.
the
And
chef
you break it
fillets
down. Yeah.
He fillets the whole fish, and then the pieces that are left over, he makes salmon croquettes.
Nice.
Ooh, my mom
Okay.
used to love salmon croquettes.
Well, you
Nice.
can't have any.
Yeah,
He didn't make them yet.
Asking for it.
He's
I'm saying
saving the
that's cool.
salmon.
It's like an
Nothing.
old school thing.
Is
Yeah.
Lubie getting too much sun, Lenore? What do you think? I mean,
I don't know.
Why are
I'm
you
not
so
getting any more
red?
sun. I don't know. I'm
Have
not
you
getting
been
any
going in
more
a
sun.
tanning bed, or is this?
No,
no.
Looks like he's been going to one of
Changes.
Brian
I do this,
Norcross's
yeah,
tanning
exactly.
places.
Changes, exactly. I'm going through the change.
The menopause. It's a little early for him.
Before any of us.
I
It
don't
does
know.
look very,
Me, I'm
very.
past the point. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a spray or a natural. That's it. Nice.
I don't know life.
Very good. Again, so
Maybe
I'm
we-
paying compliments to both the fish dish. There's so much more here than just burgers for those
Yeah.
who are maybe trying to be, watching
'Cause-
the meat consumption.
Well, we
but-
also have grilled mahi here. We make
Right.
grilled mahi, and we have fresh codfish here too.
Right.
Codfish is the only fish we fry,
right.
but
We've had
because
that.
it's such a high quality hard fish, we don't batter and fry it. We only use panko breadcrumbs on it.
Right.
It's a crime to take a really good piece of fish and
We've had that
slather
with
it.
Richie before,
Yeah.
and I made the mistake of comparing it to a ridiculously
It's an elevated
terrible.
McDonald's.
Don't
fish
even
sandwich.
mention it.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, I almost brought you a coupon. I got a 2-for-1 Big Mac coupon.
I
that
don't
got
even
from
think that's the
Win Dixie. I figured may as well take advantage of it.
Oh,
Who
right.
better to get that than Mayo?
Okay.
So-
And more compliments on the way down there. I was on the phone with a friend of mine. He asked me where I was going. I said I was going to Gilbert's on 17th Street. He said, the greatest hamburgers in the world. I said, well, they have a lot of other stuff too. They have salads, they have soups, they have all this other.
Right.
He said, it doesn't matter to me. The burgers, I mean,
They're
are,
so
are, the,
good.
are the draw. They're so good.
Oh, so
speaking of which,
this,
do you want
I
to?
get a no.
Why don't you tell people about this
Okay.
great honor that you guys have just?
And we didn't even
you
know
see
about
this
it.
Here, this is a printout of something that was just released in a very
Southern-
reputable magazine.
Southern Life is that what?
Southern Living
Living.
magazine. Have you
Southern
heard of
Living.
Southern Living? It
No,
is-
but you know what? I respect them right away because they know the good places to go.
Okay.
Number
well,
one
they-
out of
no.
the 20 most beloved.
Oh, yes,
Are
and
they-
the only one in Florida.
Really?
Oh, wow.
We're the
this is
only
a
one in
region-
Florida.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
regional magazine. I guess they distribute it nationally if you
Yeah,
want
I've
it, but
seen
it
Southern Living my
concent-
whole life. They usually
it-
have it at doctor's office. Usually
right.
have
Yeah,
it at
it's a
offices
nice,
all over the
it's a
place.
high quality magazine.
concentrates on the southeastern states,
Right.
so like Louisiana and New Orleans and the Carolinas and Charleston and some really
Yeah.
high quality food cities.
Well, the 20 other restaurants were fairly good. Some looked like little outdoor shacks and
I wonder
drive
if
up
Seth
things.
Gonzalez had any responsibilities for this.
No, he didn't have. No,
I don't think
I don't
Southern
think he knew
Living-
about it.
probably not.
I don't think he knew about
He
it.
doesn't strike me as the Southern Living type.
So what
Stop
is it?
it.
The
We
20
love him.
We
most
love
beloved
him.
burger
That's
joint.
not a
The
slam. I'm just saying if it was,
But I'm
Cuban
Mr. Southern
living
Living.
or Cubano eating or something
Well, it was
like
a
that.
burger. He was.
I know.
This is a burger.
So what's the
But
story there, man?
We didn't know about this until a customer came in the other night over the weekend and said, "Congratulations to you. You're
You
number
won?
one.
What?
Yeah, you won."
Well,
They
you were winning
listed
all
it.
of them.
Did they
No
list
way.
it from 20
Yeah,
to number one?
We were the first one listed after the first page.
Oh, wow.
after the first
so if you
page.
get the prominent first slot,
Right,
that
and
means
they
you're doing
wrote
something
really
right.
nice stuff. And
Here,
they,
I'm going to read
no one
the
told
little passage, and it's so weird that not only that nobody
don't they tell
contacted
you?
you from the
Nobody-
magazine
nobody
to
said
get your
anything.
comment,
and if it wasn't for the customer, I wouldn't have known it was there.
and they also used
Oh,
a
it's
picture
Mayo's
of
favorite
one of my
burger.
favorite burgers. That's the
The Havarti.
Havarti,
Yeah.
bacon on a garlic
muffin.
toasted English muffin.
Thomas's English muffin.
Bacon Havarti cheese on a and again the weird part is they
Yeah.
didn't send a photographer in
Nothing.
here, and it
And-
says
They have a
photo
picture.
courtesy of Gilbert 17th Street Grill, but you
We
have,
didn't submit
didn't
that.
do it.
you don't
I
even know
didn't
where
even know
this
about
picture
it.
came from.
So they lifted the
Nor-
picture.
nor
No, but
did
the
you give
picture is
permission.
from here.
But
This
we're
is-
not going to start suing anybody.
You
that
can't
came
sue
in
them
with
when
it.
you're
No,
number one.
sue
I
them.
mean, yeah.
Hello, why would
No.
I do that?
You're going to sing their
Positive,
praises.
yes.
But they wrote really nice stuff
Oh,
about it.
nice.
let me
Read us some
let
of
me
their
read
copy.
it. Okay, so this is
Does the guy write like
Southern.
you do? Or,
Well, we'll find out in a
All right.
second. Again, this
Mayo's
was
gonna critique
published
the writing.
December 10th, so it
yeah,
is
he'll be
hot off
criticizing the writing.
Yeah.
Hot off the presses, December 10th, 2024, Southern Living Magazine, their roundup of the 20 most beloved burger joints in the South. And the first one they listed was Gilbert 17th Street Grill. It says Fort Lauderdale, Florida. South Floridians swear by this family-owned restaurant where a commonly shared value is to, quote, treat your family like family. Though the diner-style spot serves everything from wings to salads to fish, their burgers are what really stand out. You've probably never had a burger on an English muffin, but a regular bun pales in comparison to the toasted and garlic butter slathered English muffins that the Havarti burger is sandwiched between. And then it just gives the details and the info.
Yeah, I'm telling
Congratulations.
you,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it was,
that's great.
and I didn't even know about it. It was like crazy.
Well, that's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Very
Another feather in the cap because the walls here
are covered.
are covered
Yes,
with
I know.
accolades,
I know.
awards.
But they could have gone anywhere. I mean, and the fact they made this number one, I think that's quite
And
a
it's
distinction.
in the whole
Yes.
state
The
of Florida.
And that's
the
the
whole
whole country.
South.
Yeah.
No, not the
Oh,
whole
just
South.
the state.
Each state had a different
Ah,
burger,
okay.
but Florida is a very big state. We have a lot of
Yes.
restaurants here.
Yes, so
and I
they
was surprised
singled
they
you
There's
out.
probably
singled us
thousands
out.
of burger places. I mean, and everyone has a burger nowadays.
Right.
Like,
And
I
there
know.
are a
Amazing.
lot of good burgers out there, but what is not out there is the combination of different dishes.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys excel at everything,
yeah. Well,
and
the
I
chef
love.
does a great job.
He does a great
Chef
job, and
does a great job.
I love the roast pork sandwich. The chicken sandwiches are good.
Yeah.
I mean,
great.
but here's the shocker of the day, Defo. So far, I've only had, besides the chicken noodle soup,
Yes.
I've had bites of salmon and tuna, but I haven't gone into any of the.
Well, let's get
meat
going on
fare.
that. I mean,
Okay.
what are we waiting on?
I
Go
have
ahead.
had a couple of bites of the mac and cheese, and did you have the sweet potato fries?
That's the first thing I do. I mean,
We grabbed
it's
some.
almost as if my arm is compelled like a robot to go to that right away. And then I'm looking at this burger. I definitely
Yeah, no,
want to
you're
get a
going to
bite of
go
that.
dive
Yeah,
into
yeah.
that.
You
I
can-
forgot what this is. Is this the
That's
vegetable?
a portobello.
That's the
That's
port.
the
That's
portobello
all,
mushroom.
all fresh
I
grilled
also
vegetables.
see zucchini,
Yeah.
squash.
It's
It's like a
it's a-
vegetarian delight.
yeah. A lot of people ask for a veggie burger here, and I don't grind up fresh
really?
vegetables.
Wow.
So what we do is we grill them separately. Grilled portobello mushroom,
Yeah.
grilled zucchini, grilled yellow squash,
Awesome.
roasted red pepper, tomato, cheese, if you want cheese,
Nice.
on a bun.
All I
Yeah.
know
And
is
with
I've
a
had
homemade,
standard
we make
is
a
vegan.
homemade balsamic mayonnaise for it too, which is really
I'm
good.
going to have to
Well,
grab
that
some
as
of that
standing
and grab
is
it and
for-
take it home. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
That's
mustard
actually not
oil.
even vegetarian. That's
Right.
straight up vegan.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
That's
except
great.
for the cheese, but
Yeah, but you don't
Well, you
need
can.
cheese.
You
yeah,
can,
you could keep the cheese
could-
off it, and then
it's
it's
made
straight
to order.
vegetables and vegan. Yeah,
Right.
so
That's really nice.
Yeah.
and I appreciate that so much more because it's real food and real vegetables grilled up nicely,
Not mystery.
as opposed to that that impossible burger meat, which is all
mystery meat.
grown in a lab. And yeah, it's vegan, but is it really any healthier?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't even taste good. And in my mind, I would much rather have a beautifully
Right.
marinated portobello mushroom on a bun
Right.
than anything
Me
else.
too.
But of course, that's not.
You're
what I'm gonna
showing
eat
a
next.
ridiculous amount of restraint here, Michael.
Well,
Yeah,
when
I
I
know
have
that.
a bowl of soup,
It's not really satisfying
Again,
to watch this
Oh,
show without
that
you eating.
bowl
Yeah,
of
yeah.
soup saved my life.
Well, it also
Thank you.
woke you up.
I don't know why Lubie
Yeah.
hasn't hit this.
Was I a
burger
little
with
sleepy when I?
Let me go to break.
A little
All
sleepy.
right, let's take the first break. We're going to start cutting up the burgers here.
Good.
I love the kosher hot dog too. That's
Okay.
a beautiful
But
looking thing.
it's untouched.
It's untouched.
Don't wait.
It's early. It's
early.
still early. We haven't even taken the first of 3 breaks. So
Right.
let's take that first of 3 breaks. And again, real quickly before we do, got to put in the word. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival coming up next month, January 13th through 19th. I just spoke to, the director of the food festival, Phil Naro, this morning. Ticket sales are moving along briskly. So
Nice.
he
Right.
wanted people to know that, first of all, a lot of the kind of the food seminars and the educational courses that they're offering are already sold out.
Oh, really?
A lot of the intimate dinners around town are sold out or within 3 or 4 seats of selling out.
Right.
And then there's still plenty remaining for the big, what they call the marquee events, the signature events, 5 of them. Although tickets are running low for the barbecue battle on Friday night. But go to vlfoodwine.com. Again, VL, like Visit Lauderdale, foodwine.com. Go on the website, check out all the different events and what the availability is. And then when you click to buy your tickets, if it's one of the big 5 events, Wednesday cocktails, Thursday Asian theme walk and roll, Friday barbecue, Saturday grand tasting, Sunday a new brunch themed event. Ticketed brunch event is starting up this year on the Sunday, the 19th. Those 5 events, you use the promo code Lunchbox and you'll get an extra 15% off the already low ticket prices. Makes a great gift for the food lover in your life. VLFoodWine.com. And we'll take a break, and then I'll start cutting up all the burgers, and we'll just keep
Good.
Come on, man.
eating.
Get
Go
with
for
the
it.
program.
At Gilbert's with Lenore Gilbert. She's like, my
Lenore's great. She could be doing stand-up comedy somewhere. I mean, have you ever been
not
asked?
quite.
No?
No, not quite.
I could see you at the Parker
No,
Playhouse.
I'm not doing
My
any
mom
of
is
that.
gone.
we should bring her
But
to the
you
Mercurio
are
show.
now. Oh, she's now stepping in the role of my mother because alternately would say, "Eat, you look a little thin," and then say, "Oh wait, you're fat. You better stop losing some weight." Every other day.
Ozempic. You can hear it when you see Michael every day now.
Well, I was looking
He's
at
leaning-
the new
he's
health
leaning in that
plans, and
direction.
I found a health plan for 2025 that covers Ozempic. So it might be in my future. And
Take a
then
more natural path. That would be the way to go.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? You were saying Ozempic now, not Ozempic?
No, I just see commercials in my head. That and Jardiance are 2 commercials that as soon as they come on the TV, I turn it to another channel. I can't stand either of them.
All right, let's
No.
take a break, and then I'll ponder my my food fate in 2025 after these.
Let's
words.
eat.
All right.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa d'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale, right on Cordova Road, 1821 in the Harbor Shops. Big complex. It's got a Total Wine. It's got a Publix. It's got a marijuana dispensary for those who are carrying medical marijuana cards. Right down on the other side, it used to be the Indian Harbor place.
You're kidding.
Said where?
It's called.
I didn't even know where.
It's called Sunnyside. And again,
How do you know this?
I am
This is one of your spots.
very happy that that's located so close to my home. Also.
Oh yeah, you live over here.
But you know,
Really, I didn't need to know that. Gee whiz.
It's never too late.
it's
Never too late.
No, I'm being
too late.
treated for certain conditions, and no, it's all good.
Oh, it's a medical condition.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
I got a card.
He was in
that's-
Vietnam. PTSD.
Da Nang, it was rough
Yeah.
there. No, I was 2 years
Still a
old.
bad flashbacks.
68.
Yeah.
Hey, so we've had a chance. I can't believe how hungry I am, and that bowl of soup restored me to my normal balance because now I am just ravenous. And during the break, I chowed down on that big, nice hot dog that kind of, I guess they call it like a dinner-sized hot dog.
No, it's a regular hot
It's a
dog.
regular hot dog.
Those are not
It
specials.
seems they're not specials. They
No,
seem
they're not
pretty thick
specials.
to
It's a
me.
nice size. Yeah.
It's
That's
just
good.
that sometimes they give you cheap hot dogs.
These are
And
not.
we
These are
don't.
good. These are delicious. Especially, I love your grill. You know the way you
Yeah, that makes
char
a big
grill
difference.
all the items. It's so much better
Well,
for
it's
the
not
flavor.
charcoal.
No,
it's
char
burnt.
grill. Yeah,
Right.
it's like a gas.
It's a natural gas grill, but
It's
it's hot.
but it gives a great flavor and a great crust and
Mm.
things. I love it. Defo,
Good.
what's your verdict on the Lango Tango?
But
That is amazing.
It's really good.
It really is. I
We-
normally, I'm very simple when it comes to burgers. I like grilled onions. I like ketchup and pickles, cheeseburgers. And what's great here, and you've talked about this before, they're not afraid to, if you ask for a rare burger,
it's
it's
rare.
coming
Yes.
And look at this; it is
and,
beautiful.
and they don't give you a look like you just went to the doctor's office or any of this stuff. And
No, of course not.
the combination of flavors here between the way the onions are grilled, the mushrooms, and of course the blue cheese,
Makes it.
phenomenal,
tang.
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal. One of the best
So-
burgers I've ever had in my lifetime.
It's
right
a good
here.
customer, and he asked for it, and we
Yeah.
just make it, and then we
Great
named
job.
it after him. So
It's a great
like,
sandwich.
Yeah,
you know,
Great burger.
absolutely fantastic.
Well, you
Yeah.
never know where the next best idea is coming from. Somebody
Well,
suggests
and,
something.
and everything's great. I mean, and the name of this again was
Lango Tango.
His name is Mike Lang.
Oh,
Okay?
Lango
His
Tango.
na-
Okay,
So we
And the-
call it the
and the
Lango
blue cheese
Tango
give it a nice
Never
tang.
Better Burger.
fantastic.
God.
I mean, congratulations to Mike for the suggestion, and the way you guys execute this is amazing.
It's delicious. I've just been chowing down for the last 30 seconds and didn't do a big bite because I wanted to get all
The
the different flavors.
Yeah.
Really good burger. And believe it or not, I've never had that before because although I do like blue cheese in small quantities, sometimes I can find it a little bit, it's
It's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
it's a strong
It
cheese.
overwhelms. Yeah.
You got to really be into blue cheese, but perfect flavor combination.
Yeah,
with the
it's
grilled
really
That's
onions.
the thing. Like the
But-
burgers, medium rare is what I would call that. So there's a lot of the juices, and it has its own flavor. And then on
Right.
top of that, with the grilled onions and maybe grilled mushrooms on that too, that all comes together. So it sort of cuts into the blue cheese, and it
Combination is
Yeah.
great.
it really mixes really well.
If I
Oh,
can,
there'll
if
be
I-
no living with him now. He'll come in here and he'll say, "Whoa!"
Yeah. My dad was a big Roquefort blue cheese guy, and
Yeah.
it was one of those things that as a kid, it absolutely repulsed you. That later in life you discovered was
Yeah,
like
it was
actually
really good.
great,
Yeah,
and
right.
then became almost an addiction.
when you start growing up and your taste buds change, and it's
Right.
funny the things that you hate as a kid.
Oh,
that you
he
start
used
loving.
to. We always used to tease him because we were like, "Can you get a smellier cheese
Yeah,
than that?"
exactly.
And the smelliest of all cheeses, I don't know if you're familiar with this one, was Liederkranz. I don't know if you know Liederkranz, it's a
Never.
German cheese. I mean, it stinks. And and he would eat all this stuff, and I would just look at him like, we called him the rat. That was his nickname because he ate cheese like he was a rat.
Really?
Yeah, it was an affectionate rat, but and then I somehow developed a taste for it. And I absolutely love it, and that's the best application of it I've seen, whether it was on a salad or anything else. Really a great job. Lenore.
Nice.
Good.
Creation.
Thank you.
If I come up with a burger, would you name one after me?
You're not supposed to ask
He
for it.
eats here all the
It
time.
would be
I know.
you know what it
He
would be?
eats
It
here
would be
all the
it
time.
would be the
We
We
freebie
have
burger.
a table for him. It
The
says
freebie burger
reserved.
would be it. Yeah.
You
It's the
know.
way that Ron Nicoletti has a table reserve, a spot at the bar at Christine Lee's at the track.
Oh,
You've
see?
got Mike Lang's table
Yeah.
here. And
And he's a good guy.
now,
He's a
if
good
we
guy.
called something the Mayo burger, it would be confusing because I would not necessarily put mayo on a Mayo burger
Right.
because
See,
it's not one of my
That's
favorite.
you out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. How about a dessert? Can I come up with a dessert?
The key lime pie.
No, I don't
Yeah.
use mayo in my key lime pie.
Fudgy the well. Cake form.
No, it's good.
It is all good. Hey,
Yeah.
I did want to talk because we talked about again this great honor, Southern Living Magazine, which
Yeah.
is a widely respected magazine. I know they feature great architecture, and
Right.
they actually
Oh, yeah,
have
well,
it's a very reputable, long-standing magazine that distributes throughout the country and features on the southern states. Again,
Right.
Gilbert's topped their list of the 20 most beloved burger joints in the South.
Southeast. Yes.
But it brings me to another list, which this year, Florida and South Florida were snubbed. And I got to call our man Carlos Frias, who joined
Yeah.
us here at a previous show, former Miami Herald food editor, formerly with the WLRN, the public radio.
He's not with the
leader.
Herald anymore.
No, he's
No.
no.
Oh, he
He's
blew that out for the
writing-
New York Times.
No, he left the Herald to work for WLRN to do a radio show, a daily kind of
Okay.
lifestyle radio show.
Nice.
Things didn't work out there. Let's just say, pending litigation, we can't ask him about it.
It's
But
actually real, yeah.
but basically, then now he's gotten to be a contract freelancer for the New York Times food section, and they
Oh.
have these food writers all over the country now.
Right.
And every year they put together a list, and usually it's like 20 or 25 best dishes in America this year
Oh,
outside of New York, because they do a separate list for New York restaurants.
Yeah.
So they do the rest of the country. Last year it was great because our friend Tim and Baloo at the Catherine restaurant right here in Fort Lauderdale was featured for his fish in a red curry
It was a Thai red curry.
Thai red curry
and he
sauce
was
over
doing-
rice. At that point, he was doing it with the local snapper.
And
Now
then
he's
he also
gone
has with
to.
Branzino.
He's been doing with Branzino a little bit more consistent and a little bit more economical, but it's a great dish. It was featured in that best of the country 25 dishes. This year,
that's a big-
they
yeah.
just released their new list. I think it's like 26 dishes on there. Nothing from Florida.
Nothing.
Really? The
Oh.
entire
Really?
site?
I gotta
Shut up.
call Carlos and I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah.
he lobbied for anything and he's got no pull, like on the Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame.
It seems
committee.
impossible.
We do have
Yeah.
our fair share of really great
Yeah,
restaurants.
I know,
here.
and I've
I
had a
mean,
lot of great
yeah.
dishes around in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. probably.
Definitely.
And they had, meanwhile, it was weird. They had a ham sandwich from a place in Detroit.
Oh, come
They
on.
had like 4 places in Detroit.
That would eclipse anything that we had down here. I mean, what are you talking about?
It actually looked like a really good ham
That's
sandwich,
ridiculous.
fresh made ham.
It's a
but-
ham sandwich.
Yeah, I'll pack you a ham
Do
sandwich.
it at home.
But they had 4 places from Detroit, 4 places from Portland, Oregon. They had all these things in
Portland, Oregon. Who goes
car-
there to eat?
They even had a couple of dishes from Texas, and it's like, how do you have all these dishes from around the country? You don't have I think Florida is now the 3rd most populated state in the country.
and
How
it's-
do you have nothing?
And it's a mixed population too,
Yeah.
which creates a lot of very diverse and
Yep,
very
all the
and
Caribbean
menus.
influences, the Haitian, the Latin American,
Right.
South American. There's so much down here.
yeah.
Mayo, you came back from your trip to Boston where you were eating in all these refined places.
And you thought about here.
And you said, and I would agree 1,000%, I'm sure you would too, Lenore, that
Yeah.
South Florida, especially, dining scene takes a back seat to no city
no
in
one
America.
Really?
stacks up with
No
anywhere.
city in America.
And it's
Well-
like every place. Every place has its really good places. Every place has its kind of long-standing
Right.
hometown favorites. And then also a lot of places has touristy places that aren't necessarily that great, but you can
Right.
find the good, bad, mediocre everywhere.
Yeah.
And South Florida has a preponderance of a lot of very
Well,
good.
we
and
get a
interesting-
lot of people visiting this state.
Yeah.
Besides the people who live here, you get a lot of people from all over the world coming here.
Yeah.
I know I met some people the other day, and they were coming from Europe. They were going on a cruise here. I said, "You mean you flew across the Atlantic to come here to get on a ship?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Yes,
they do
because
that.
this is where it's happening."
Right, because
You
like
know?
in the summertime, the same thing. People fly here and go into Barcelona, or go on
Right.
board cruises in Europe
Yeah.
and go around there and then
I
come
know.
back. So
yes,
why shouldn't they come here? It's great.
Yeah, I know.
And all I know is that Europeans, when they come here, they usually say, "Wow, the portions are so big."
Big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
They eat
That's
a little
true.
differently than us.
Yeah, but
I am digging the Lango Tango burger. We haven't even
Mike
gotten
Lang
to
is going to be so happy.
yeah, this is good stuff. Let's take break number 2, Mike Lubie Lubitz. And before we do Delaware Seafood and Chicken, what are your holiday hours? Lenore?
Holiday hours.
So-
Okay,
okay.
we're going to close early. New Year's. Wait, you're talking
Christmas Eve.
about, oh, Christmas Eve. We're going to close early Christmas Eve so they all can get home, and we're closed on Christmas Day.
Okay, so
Okay,
Christmas
that's-
Eve closing about 3,
Maybe closer to 4.
4.
Maybe
okay.
closer to
So
4.
Do you
can
guys
have
do
a-
any catering? No, if people are having parties, can they call
No,
in?
we're going to family and friends.
No, but I mean,
in general, if
No,
people
but no. Well, we
if-
did a couple of
with the
things.
boat parade and all of that stuff. I
No.
mean, do you cater
Yes,
stuff?
with the boat
Yeah,
parade, we had customers who
Oh,
ordered
good.
food from here
that's
because
what
they had views from their
Right,
window
right,
of the
okay.
river and everything.
so they'll make
So I
platters.
did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
So you-
oh yeah, I do
You
that.
give them a call, they'll do pretty much whatever
Yeah.
Yeah, you
is
do great
within
wings
reason.
As long as I have the
burgers.
food here, I don't give the chef doesn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a great
So Christmas Eve going to be open for regular lunch, but then closing down about 4
early.
o'clock.
Right, that's what I would
Okay,
think.
and then Christmas Day
Closed.
on Christmas Day, which
Closed.
is a Wednesday this year. And we're also not just going to call it Christmas Day; we're going to call it the first night of
Oh,
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Yes, I forgot.
So again,
should
everybody
remember.
could celebrate whatever you want to celebrate that
right.
day.
It's nice that it comes out together.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
know,
again because it was a Jewish.
more reason for people crazy shopping in the stores.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is
Like,
getting a
out of
little
hand.
bit mashugana out there. And again, first night of Hanukkah, the 25th. Then we got the Kwanzaa celebration, which begins, I believe, on the 26th. It goes for
There you
6
go.
nights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That I
And-
wasn't even looking at.
Well, it's a multicultural.
I don't
affair.
bother. You want to throw in a Hindu holiday? I'm all
Happy
in on that,
holiday.
too.
And then, of course, we
Exactly.
got next Monday is my favorite holiday of all, Festivus for the rest of us, Lenore, which is a creation of a Seinfeld writer whose father actually created the holiday and they celebrated it. It's basically for the either non-believers, or agnostics, atheists, or not too religious people, but they wanted to have their own holiday, and so it is signified by the airing of the grievances and feats of strength, and a simple unadorned metal pole instead of a tree or menorah or anything.
Okay.
So Monday is Festivus, and I think we're going to be having a great Festivus edition. I've gotten our friend Reno at Heritage. Even
That'd be
though
great.
Heritage is closed on Monday, he'll allow us in. I don't think he could cook anything,
Wow.
but it's going to be a Festivus and also what they call Guinea Palooza, because him and our friend Peter Izzo from the Peter's Pizzeria, which just opened in Pompano, which is getting rave reviews,
Okay.
but they're going to come in. He says one of the requirements is everybody has to wear a tracksuit because it's going to be
tracksuit.
celebrating
Okay.
Italian American culture along with Festivus.
Oh, and everybody wears a tracksuit.
and then
So
the-
everybody's going to look like the guys in the corner in the Atlantic City casino that I go to with
Or
the chains and everything.
was
Yeah.
it Cafe
Yeah.
Pompei up
Big
in,
rings.
in
Cafe Sportiva.
Sportiva.
They've been rocking, by the way, lately. The mom must be back.
It's all good. But anyway, that's going to be. Get your list of grievances ready, Defo, and
I don't know how
if
much
you
to
want to
complain
send
about,
some
yeah.
in. No,
You'll be fetching about everything, but
I've got everything.
You
and
ready?
Lubie has a
Oh,
few.
I love
yeah.
Festivus.
I could always complain.
That's Monday. We never did take the break because I was
Yes.
going to talk about Delaware chicken and seafood. And
You
if
got distracted?
yeah.
There's an unusual
Festivus.
occurrence here on the show. Yeah. You found something to complain about.
Delaware chicken and seafood. If you're entertaining at home for the holidays, again, with Gilbert's closed on Christmas Day. And are you closed New Year's Day? Or?
I didn't get that far ahead.
I'm sorry.
I really didn't get that far.
the
I would think that we would be open
Yeah,
only
New Year's Eve's
because
a
there's
big
so many
eating
people
out.
New
from
Year's
out of
Eve,
town
perfect,
here.
yeah.
it's
New
a
Year's
big
Eve is
shopping
going to be a
day,
good night.
partying
So,
day.
you'll
New
close
Year's
your,
Eve. No, New Year's Eve I would probably close earlier
close earlier.
because
Okay.
people have plans.
Okay.
I would get everybody
But they
home.
need that base before they go
Yeah,
out
so
and
you
start
have
Well,
late
that's not
lunch.
my problem. That's your problem.
Can you do the show every day, Lenore?
No.
This is
See, that's
great.
smart.
Yeah,
Close
yeah,
early
wow.
New Year's
Truth.
Eve, open New Year's Day.
I'm
So-
sorry.
And what about Christmas
All
Eve?
right.
Would you close early Christmas Eve?
Yeah,
too, then?
Christmas
Get
Eve
Yeah,
people to
just said
Christmas
family?
Eve.
closing
Yeah,
early
because they
at
want to
4.
get home
Yep.
to their families
Yeah.
and stuff.
Christmas
Which is
Day.
great.
It's not fair.
You're still closed every Sunday during
Yes,
the
we're still-
holiday season.
We're still closed on Sundays.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's Family Day, which is
Yeah.
good. And then so New Year's Day, you don't know yet.
Probably
if you're
open.
gonna
I don't
be
know.
open.
Probably
Maybe
be
open.
You're
open.
going out and eat day.
Because I think there'll be a lot of people here in hotels and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think the
Yeah.
burgers
Even-
will sell in the afternoon,
Yeah,
especially
so-
for the football game. People watch football and
Right.
all
Yep,
that
yep,
stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, all right. Well, that's your
It'll be
schedule.
fine. Yes.
Delaware is open. Actually, they're closing on Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve, big day for them because people buy all their stuff for
Yeah,
the Feast of the
for
Right.
Seven
Noche
Fishes.
Buena, Feast of
So
Seven
get your
Fishes.
orders in now. The
Christmas dinner.
phone number is
They do the
scrolling.
French turkeys again?
No,
No,
no
they don't?
fresh
Okay.
turkey. Well, you could go in
Do they
there
do
and get
ham?
a turkey breast, and you could get probably a whole turkey, but it's not like
It's not
Thanksgiving.
the same thing.
They don't do
Okay.
ham, right? They
No,
don't
they're
do
not a ham place.
Yeah.
But they do have the great sausages and steaks
Yeah,
and pork
I mean,
chops. and
They
all
have
that.
your favorite, though, the stone crabs,
Yeah.
which are now at a
These are
bargain
big
price.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And the stone crabs are going to be very popular throughout the holiday season.
Yeah.
The freshest fish,
I love those.
shrimp, the clams, all the stuff, scallops, whatever you need for your holiday tables.
Mm.
Delaware has it. 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. They are open 7 days a week, although they will be closed Christmas Day. Not sure about New Year's Day, but go online to DelawareChicken.com to get the full schedule and all the information.
Get some Crowder powder, too.
Especially
while
some
you're there.
Crowder powder.
That sounds great.
Yes,
That sounds
our
great.
friend Channing Crowder. Really, really good seasoning. It definitely
I have
brings
to say
life
this about
every
Shannon
dish.
Crowder. I saw him when we were at the track a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were doing a show out there. That's one of those guys that just makes you feel good when you see him.
Yeah.
Like always happy.
Always makes you feel
Like
like
Lenore.
It's kind of
like
like,
Lenore. Yeah, very much so.
kind of like
Very
the
much so.
opposite of me. So that's
Yeah.
You guys are so sad. I'm telling you. I don't understand.
She's like,
it.
if I make you happy, what's wrong with you?
all right. Let's take our second break.
You're just
We'll
one
be
of
back
those people, Lenore, that makes you
Like
feel happy.
after this.
after this. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to Eat. We're back at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill, Lenore, keeping me honest. Defo is he's eating more than the
really
usual.
I'm chowing down here and I always try to tell myself, go easy, DeForest, but I can't help it. I love everything that you put out here,
Thank you.
Lenore. It's just absolutely incredible.
Who can resist?
Well, that's why we're still here.
Yeah.
The food is good.
The food is excellent.
Yeah.
It's
It may not
more
be
than
the
good.
fanciest place,
Well, our friend
but
Scott, who's very critical, was like, I love Gilbert's. It sort of reminds you of like an old school diner, but elevated is what I feel like it
Yeah.
is. It's because you do a lot of fish, which you don't always get at a diner.
no.
And what
It's very high quality.
what my daughter loved about this is it's the casual where you come in, you
Right.
place your order up front, you pay up front,
Right.
but then you got the great Wellington here who will serve you your food,
Yeah.
get you the condiments,
Right.
and
Is this guy
top
on
off
top of his game too? I mean,
He's
He's
great.
the best.
He misses
He's the
nothing.
best. He
Yeah.
works-
He does such
He
a
works
Really?
Monday to Friday,
What a
only
great guy.
lunch, daytime,
Okay,
Yeah.
and he's
yeah.
been here for a while, but
for a very long time.
But what my daughter appreciates, and I think the younger generation, they hate sitting around at a full service restaurant and then
Just wait.
you see the server at the beginning and they're all buttering you up to get lots
Right.
of drinks and maybe upsell you on certain things.
Right.
But then when it's time for the check, they disappear and you're sitting there another 20 minutes. You want to
Waiting.
get out of there.
right.
Here, it's like you're already all settled up. I always suggest
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
and you're only maybe the only hindrance is having to bag up some leftovers if you've,
Right.
if your appetite again,
But
because the
he's more than
portions
happy
are
to
so
Wellington's
do
actually
big.
great about that
so.
too.
He is great about it. He's right on
he
top of
really
it,
is
and
great.
I
But
always.
he's quick. Again, like you're saying, with
And
a restaurant.
he's probably the only person that works here that can take care of the whole dining room by
Yeah,
himself.
he covers the
Amazing.
floor
And he
so
does,
quickly.
and he's
got
very
eyes
good.
in the back of his
And
head.
then, of course, if you're a regular customer, he remembers exactly what you're eating.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
and he
Incredible.
knows me. I get my club soda. He just runs and gets me my fountain club soda
Right.
here every time. Seltzer, 2 cents plain. And look,
Are
there's
you
a
still
lot.
buying it like at where were you going? Walmart or something? You were getting it for like a dime less
No,
a
I
case.
go to my BJ's wholesale
Oh,
club,
there you go.
and they
Okay.
have all kinds of
It's a long
fizzy
story.
beverages.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
It's another
when it
one of
comes
his
to-
weird quirks.
Yeah, but
Oh,
at least I
God.
don't waste my calories or sugar consumption on
Waste
soda.
your calories.
No, this is 0 calories,
He's not
0
eating-
sugar.
Where is he?
I almost ruined the fish.
I'm sorry.
My point being, if I'm gonna have calories and sugar, which I
Put it in
do,
the
I
food.
want it on something good, not crappy like soda. But a lot of people drink
Okay.
soda. I don't like.
You're not
I'm,
a big juice or soda.
I'm not
guy.
a
Okay.
soda or juice guys, but
Oh, I don't drink soda.
anyway. Oh, so tipping culture and tipping is a big topic on the Let's Eat South Florida group all the time. 180,000 any minute now. We're
Oh, yeah?
approaching the
I thought you were there.
180,000. Nah, I kind of
Some people
Go
dropped
ahead.
off.
rounded up.
Oh,
Go
because
ahead.
you were trying to sell a spot.
170
180,000
179.3.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're gonna
Okay.
get. But how does it work here? I mean,
I don't know.
I always give Wellington a couple of dollars because
I
he gives
understand.
great service at
Right.
the end. But is tipping
Is
expected?
Not a
here?
problem here.
Okay,
Not
So
a problem.
everybody-
They know to take care of it, especially when you have somebody like him working and taking care of you. You're
Right.
more inclined to not only tip, you're tipping extra.
Right.
So he does very well here.
Oh, that's good.
And
And it's
I
one of
don't-
those things. It's not added on at the register, is
no.
it? No.
Well, sometimes if people don't have cash,
they'll ask.
they'll ask, can I
That's-
leave here? And then
That's
we
very nice.
we give them, Richard, my son, will give them their money right away, even
Okay.
before the people sit down.
There's
The
speaking of the devil,
aforementioned
Yes.
Wellington.
there's
Right.
Wellington.
Unbelievable.
But
know.
it's one of those nice rare breaks because a lot of the places now you go in, and it could even be just like a coffee shop or donut shop
Right.
where all they're doing is filling a cup of coffee. You hand them the card, and the screen comes back to you with how much do you want to tip? 20, 25, or 45%?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
don't like when that happens. 'Cause
I hate that.
I
yeah.
buy bagels and lox in a place up near me,
Mhm.
and I put my credit card in the slot, and then it asks you all this stuff,
right.
and
They
they're
want
not even. All right, so if I tip in cash.
Yeah.
We had this discussion yesterday
Oh,
with
thank you.
Luke at Luke Seafood and Davy, and he's a seasoned restaurant
He's your salesman.
chef, and he
Right.
says when you go to a place and you're picking up something, it should be like 10%. If you're buying some stuff, they throw a $5 bill into the box, but to get hit with a screen saying you should be tipping
Well,
30%.
okay,
for
if I'm just picking up bagels,
Mhm.
there's no reason for me to tip unless I ask them to slice it.
Mm.
Because sometimes I don't like taking bagels or
There
bialys
you go.
home not sliced. It's one less thing I feel like doing. Then if I'm buying Nova or some kind of cream cheese or something else, then I tip for that because
Yeah,
that
'cause
they're
they-
actually
they-
working and getting it.
Yeah, like Clive, our friend at Grandpa's, he slices that lox
Yeah.
translucent. You can
Yeah,
see
it's-
through it. It's
I know.
beautiful. I love that.
Yes.
All right, so there you have it from.
See, I like that explanation. 'cause
Lenore.
People are like, you just tip. And I'm like, I don't mind tipping,
You just
but I
want to
like
know
for it to
why.
be a
But if you're
exactly,
getting a
a
service-
Well,
service.
that's what I said.
But that makes perfect sense. If they're just throwing bagels in a bag.
bad. What
But if
for?
they're going to do extra work, they
Right.
should get extra money for it,
Right.
which I appreciate.
That
Well,
makes perfect
that would
sense.
be very rude of me if I wasn't aware
Not
of
you,
that.
but a lot of people
you
probably
know,
don't tip. So that's good to know that you do. And it's something I probably need to do more of. I'm not going to lie.
So
Oh.
now, next topic, and this is something Defo. One of my
Yeah.
biggest phobias of things I don't like doing.
Uh-huh.
I have to do tonight, which is going out to eat with a big group.
At a restaurant.
are
at
you
a
taking
restaurant.
them out?
Well, Val has family in town, cousins from Virginia that she hasn't seen in literally like a decade.
Okay.
And some of these kids are now in their early 20s. She hasn't seen them since they were like little kids.
Okay.
So we're going up to, they're staying in Delray Beach. So we're going to take a hike up to Delray
Right.
Beach and see my good friend Sopanut at Eat Thai. Eat Thai is one of my favorite Thai restaurants in South Florida. But Defo, you're experienced in these matters because you used to go out with a large,
You used to go to big
raucous
parties all the
group.
time.
Any advice for me? Because I'm going. It's
He's like stressing out. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
you know
like,
what?
it's a
It's
group of
strange.
10.
The last time I did was at the Hard Rock when we had dinner with Johnny Chan there.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't involved in the check or anything, but it's confusing for the servers sometimes because people were arriving at different times. Now, if everybody's coming at once,
Then there's only-
I'm
Well, it's-
always hoping that they have a good attitude. Sometimes you'll get a sort of an aggressive waiter that's like angry that he has to serve a big party.
Oh,
And,
really?
well, yeah.
Wow.
They'll go, okay,
I had 35
everybody, here's what I got, and you can't even hear what the guy's saying, and they treat you like you know,
Really?
you really don't belong there. I mean, it's almost like Mayo's experience at Houston's, but
Houston's, they don't allow parties over 4. So
many places do it very well. I don't mind. I take into account that it's a complicated thing to bring everybody's on around, you know, at the same time when you got like 10, 15 people. So, you know, you got to have a little bit of
I've never had a problem
understanding.
with
Yeah.
that. We
I mean,
had,
do you go out in big and I consider anything for me, I love going out, you know, 4 tops, 2 couples, and you each, you know,
Right.
can have a conversation. 6 is my limit of comfort because then you're getting into, you know, then people want to
So-
start splitting checks and this and that. I always want to just only have one check and,
then
we'll do
just
the math
divide it up.
ourselves. Yeah.
Right. What's wrong with that?
No, nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
But sometimes you
that-
go out with people that want to start nickel and diming. Oh, I had the, you
Oh,
know,
I don't
I didn't
go out
have
with
a
those
second
people.
glass of
Yeah.
wine. And
I don't go out with those people.
But it does
It's
get
very
crazy.
simple.
Like,
I don't know.
that is
you,
very
you,
Yeah.
you may not be like I'm not a red wine drinker. I've gone out with people and they'll order 4 bottles of expensive red wine that I
Right.
don't have any of.
right.
And
Right.
now I'm in on a check that I normally would be paying $70-$80 a person. I'm paying $150.
And they don't say anything to you like, oh,
I
you know,
hate
you
that.
didn't have the wine, and
you know, it just depends on the group. And I'm not
These
one
are
to
the
say, well, wait a
things.
minute,
Yeah,
you
you're
guys
not
drank
gonna do that.
everything.
See,
Yeah.
my attitude is when in Rome, party like the Romans.
So
So if
just go
they're
with
all
them.
if they're all getting expensive wine, I'm going to start drinking and hopefully get a bigger pour and more glasses, and then I'll kick in
You
for the
don't
red
know-
wine. But
you-
if you don't want to have
It's
the red
not a
wine,
big deal for restaurants to do a separate check, though. That
No,
used
it's
to be a
not.
big phobia when I was
Why?
working in restaurants.
no.
But you know, if you tell the person up front, hey, you know, we're a couple here, just bring us our check for whatever.
Right.
Unless you're all sharing like a lot of dishes,
and
that's a different story.
my biggest problem, and as usual with going out with big groups, it's not the restaurants. Restaurants are very well equipped to deal with bigger
Right. Yes.
groups. It's me. I can't deal with the bigger groups because invariably you get one person says, oh, I don't like this spice. Like I like being the table captain when I go out to eat because
Oh,
Well, of course,
okay.
yeah.
Control.
Okay.
But it-
Control freak, yeah.
but it
See,
usually
then you
turns
get the
out
check.
it-
If you're controlling, you get the
Right,
check.
and I would make them
I'm
pay the
sorry.
entire check. Yeah.
but it usually turns out very well. I get very few complaints because I know how to order. I know how to get a good mix of things for a table.
Not everybody's thinking that when they leave, though, Mayo. There are a lot of them are
Yeah, they
thinking
may
the
lie.
usual insufferable Mayo ordered everything, and I didn't even want that.
Every
Yeah,
time I
yeah,
go
yeah.
and ask again,
Don't fool yourself, Michael.
maybe I am fooling
People are too
myself,
polite
but,
to complain. Yeah.
but a case like
You're
tonight,
not gonna do
because
that tonight.
there's some really good specialty items there. He does this kind of like almost like a shrimp ceviche, like raw sliced shrimp in a beautiful like Asian kind of marinade, that kind
Dressing.
of
Right.
dressing. But again, not everybody's going to go for raw shrimp. They do a great spicy oxtail soup. I love that. But
I
when you
don't
start,
like it when one person takes over, though.
well, no,
Let me make my own decision. That's
100%.
Well,
especially
I-
a big group.
I like to let everybody have input, and when it's a group
well,
of
then
4
you
or
usually
6,
dismiss it. I mean, we know from doing the show with you.
Val has learned that.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
she'll say,
Okay,
I
so
want this.
so
I was like,
wait a
no,
second.
that's crap here. You
So-
got to get this.
You need
this.
therapy.
What do you think is going to happen tonight? That's what I'm
What I
asking
think
about.
is going to happen tonight is I'm going to just not even try to be the table
Oh, good,
captain.
good.
I'm going to make
Okay.
some suggestions about this, and this is good here.
Right.
There are 7 of them are going
We're
to
gonna
order
ignore
pad
you.
thai, and I'm
Yes.
just going to roll my eyes up like,
Okay, but maybe
But you know
they
what?
don't.
Let them do it,
maybe
and
they
then
don't-
order what you like, and
Right.
offer it to the other people to
That's
say,
the
hey,
move.
try this.
Still get your stuff. So you're in the
Yeah.
mindset you're going
You're
to miss
making
out.
this a problem, and
Don't-
it's not.
You don't have to miss out.
You're learning.
You get what you want. Let them do them.
The
yeah, but
world
what I
according
want
to
is
Mayo.
I want 12 different dishes that we could all
Oh,
have a little
no.
bite.
We have
That's
to do
not
the
these
show with them
people.
every day.
That's not
It's
these
just like
people.
that,
That's
yeah.
why I love coming here. Look, she
You
brings
get
out
the
the
12
7
dishes.
different dishes. And
Notice you had no input, and you're totally
You were
satisfied.
happy.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
no,
didn't
tonight
get
I am
these.
letting myself go. I'm going to just start,
Drinking early.
drinking early.
No,
time-
he's
it's
still
time
left
for a
over from
change.
last night.
You remember the horse, time for a change?
Yeah.
That always stuck with me. It's time for a change.
I'll be
I
good.
was a horse.
But again, and the thing is, when you go with a big, you can't talk to everybody if it's
No.
a 10 top.
No,
Like
no.
you're stuck down here at one end of the table, and then the other people that maybe you're more interested in talking with, they're there, so you can't. And
well, why couldn't you
So
work
you put
that
the
out
people you
before
really
you
don't
sit?
care for at the other end.
The
Yeah.
other
I don't
end,
know
like
any.
the kids can stay, younger people can stay together, and the more mature people can stay somewhere else, and this way they don't have to
Lenore, the bottom line is I just don't like people.
That's
that
what I'm
much.
getting
I just
from
want
this.
Well, we were trying to tell you that, but
You should actually
You
get a
weren't
separate
listening.
table. Yeah.
You should just make yourself in the corner and everyone.
People
will
that
be
watch the show, they've come to understand what we're dealing
God.
with here. Yeah.
you guys are too much.
Oh, this is funny. All
Anyway.
right, let's take the third and final break.
Okay.
And we'll be back with more.
Best
on the
pickles
Lunchbox.
I've ever had on any burger.
Thank
These are
you.
dynamite.
You like those?
I love
here
them.
at Gilbert's.
Gilbert 17th Street. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to Eat. Okay, we're back on the Lunchbox. Lenore has gone off to find dessert. Like,
Oh,
I
geez.
need dessert. You know, this is the dichotomy. I have to
Yeah,
live with
that's
it.
It's hard
You're
to
saying,
bypass though
oh,
here.
you're disgusting. Don't do it.
I never said that.
The way I eat.
He did
is-
not say
is-
yeah, the
is-
way you eat's disgusting, but that's a whole other.
Yeah, he says the
I mean,
way I
after
eat
the
is
show, I go
disgusting.
home and I think, what is this guy doing?
And then, take a big bite. Take a big. She's like, you're fat. Start looking at the
Lenore
lose
comes
weight,
right out and
and then,
brings
oh,
it.
I got to get dessert. Not just one
it is
dessert.
funny that she does
5
that.
desserts.
But you don't have to eat them all. I mean,
Yes,
it's
I
okay.
do.
see, but here's the difference. This thing is tonight, your big dinner party.
Yeah, it's a
So
it's
you know,
a gathering.
even Lubie, you know, he has an eye on fitness a little bit. This would be the last thing I ate today. Whereas
Right.
you, unfortunately, are
have
going
big
to another big
meals
dinner.
later
And
on,
then
yep.
what really surprised me was the day. Where were we? We were in 2 different places. Oh, that's right. We
The
were at the track.
runway
We were at the track,
and then runway.
and then we went to Casa Calabria.
Oh, right.
And then Mayo ran
Had
down
another
to Batch
dinner.
Southern Kitchen, and instead of just having a drink, he had like 10 chicken sliders,
the little slide,
which was impossible to conceive of. Impossible.
All right. To be fair, I did not eat both chicken sliders. I wanted it mainly for.
But even the one, I mean, was way more than
to
you
take
needed
a
at that
picture
point.
for the social media because I like to,
I
share
mean, I'm
some
not a
love.
counselor or anything, but
No, but the thing is, once I was having a drink and a shot for the top,
Oh, then you had to.
then it's like
balance it out. All right.
You have to eat
I
something,
mean,
yeah.
even though I was not hungry in the least, but those chicken sliders came
Oh
out. I
no,
was
they're
like,
great.
that looked great, and I just
Did you see,
I
by the
downed
way,
one.
the
It was
Let's Eat
so
South Florida report? That was amazing.
about Batch and the
Batch and Kevin.
turkey pot pie. Like the guy wanted
Wow.
a turkey pot pie, but they made chicken pot pie for him. But then they sent
Oh
him
my
home with all
God! And
these
then there was
goodies.
something wrong. One thing came out a little on the cold side, and they went back and they did everything. And the guy Kevin remembered about the daughter, and Brandon sounded like he was involved.
Yeah, they
And I'm thinking you could not bend over more backwards for people And we know they do this, and a
Because-
lot of people do, but I mean, that was exceptional.
Not a lot of people do. That's what makes them distinct. Is that they
But
are.
I mean, the people on our roster of restaurants
yeah,
that we go
yes.
to.
We
the
have
Yeah.
a
people
really
that
good
I
group,
hang
yeah.
out with
Yeah.
that still can tolerate me.
Well, no, you're feared. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with it. They like.
I've been told it's respect, but I don't know. Maybe because
Look,
what's
but
the
Look, when you were
fear?
writing this stuff, you did a good job on it.
No,
You
the
did. You did a
bottom-
few hatchet jobs, but for the most part,
And
the way you wrote about
usually they are
places, it
deserved.
sounded like you knew.
Yeah.
You wrote that stuff very well. You really did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And now I just we associate with the people that do things the right, way. Lenore and the Gilberts, Luke and Roxy over at Luke's. The
Even
gang
Reno
at
seems
Even
so
Keel.
cynical about it.
No,
It's really
Reno
bends
is a
over backwards.
sweetheart.
Yeah,
And again, it's a very simple thing. They'll give back to you how you give it to them.
Exactly.
If you come in with an attitude and hostile and entitled, they're going to say, Reno doesn't pull any punches. He'll tell you to get.
He'll tell you. Go.
These other folks they'll smile and kill you with kindness. And again, the batch people subscribe
that
to
was
the
insane.
unreasonable
Yeah.
hospitality philosophy, which is just, there is no thing that is too
He had
small.
personally contacted the person
Yes.
because she had posted something about a pot pie.
Yeah.
And recommended they come in, and they were,
blown
absolutely,
away.
they rolled out.
And
No,
the
he
red
went out.
carpet.
He told us. Oh, he went out of his way to buy a turkey
Yeah,
to just make this person a
that was
pot pie.
great. I really, I mean,
Well,
I
Kevin's
was
in another
very heartened by that.
world.
And it's that whole thing of people just want to feel acknowledged. They're
Yes.
coming out to spend their good hard-earned money at a restaurant. And what goes a long way, even better than great food, is just service that recognizes you, that acknowledges that you're a distinct person. And
Yes.
that if you have a particular, something that you want, some places like Houston's will say, no, we can't do that.
I keep
But-
coming back to Houston.
Well, I
so-
hate. Okay.
I
That's
actually
a strong word,
I heard
the H word.
same negativity in a discussion with some people the other day, who are at Houston's, and they kind of got the same concept that you did, which
Yeah,
was
they're
that they didn't really
we
feel like
exist for
they were
them,
wanted,
and it's
yeah.
the other. It's
Yeah.
the hospitality business. You should be in the yes business,
Oh,
and all the
absolutely, yeah.
people we hang out with, and that's why I love the people at Burton's, which is kind of this new chain that's on the rise that has a very similar vibe and menu to Houston's. But anytime
But
you
they're
ask for
open.
something, they say, "Yeah, we can do that,
Beautiful.
or we can try."
Hey, look, Lenore is right there, and
and-
Richie, and all of the people here. Beth, they
Yes,
really do a tremendous
That's exactly what they
No,
do.
and they're in the yes business.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, they go out of their way.
and they'll remember it. You feel acknowledged, and even though this is
job.
one of these
Look out.
fast casual, you get in and out as quickly as you want.
What are you doing
We've
to
got
us?
all
What is
kinds of
this?
things
Is
coming
this-
now. We got the
Pumpkin
pumpkin
pie.
cheesecake.
Wow.
He's the
Pumpkin
pumpkin guy.
cheesecake.
Oh,
Pumpkin
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Wow.
Pumpkin cheesecake for Defo.
Put it in front of me.
He
Standard
loves the pumpkin.
cheesecake.
This is
okay.
the
That's
standard
you.
cheesecake with the blueberry
And they're
sauce.
Oh, very
fantastic
And then
key
this
lime
is the
pie.
key lime
Lubie.
pie, which is being slammed around like a bumper
A
car
Mayo
here.
favorite.
And I love all her desserts
All right,
here.
do we end it with a bite? Each-
House
each
made.
guy
Well,
takes
I
a
don't know if
bite?
she's coming
She's
back.
coming back right now with a
How
double
much
Rice
time
Krispie
left?
treat. No, we
do
can wrap up.
Oh, we
whenever
can
you're
wrap.
ready.
We
Yeah.
did all our breaks, right?
Yeah, we're good.
You're
all
right.
right.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
Uh,
jeez, look down.
Oh, I'm
Blueberry
excited.
mascarpone
One more
cake.
thing, because
what are you doing to
the
us?
house
Lenore?
on the river has their weekend high teas, and I made
That's
arrangements. Going to
ridiculous.
check it out
This is me
Saturday.
right here. Right
That's
there.
going to be good. All right,
Yeah.
Lenore's coming back. This one. Oh,
It's fine. It looks beautiful.
yeah, it's okay. It's
turn it
good.
around.
It's all good. I'll turn it around. But this is one that's here. Come back. Get your headset on, and we'll talk. House-made. She makes this again. Lenore's a master baker. Key lime pie.
That's
Her
right.
cheesecakes, the pumpkin cheesecake,
Pumpkin
seasonal
cheesecake.
specialty.
Wow.
These are all made in house because you love baking.
Yes.
This one, though, is something that comes in from outside, but it's absolutely delicious because I've seen it at our friends at Tropical Acres. They
Right.
also have it on their menu, and I get it all the time
Okay.
because I think it's a great piece of cake. It's like a blueberry mascarpone lemon cake, right? Something-
Yes. Customers of ours, friends, went to Tropical Acres and had it.
There's that
And
cross
mentioned
pollination
it-
again. Yeah.
Mentioned it to, I think, my daughter and maybe the chef, and said it was the best cake they ever had in their lives.
I love it.
And so
Is it really
we,
like
this yet?
we
Try
got one. And when
I'm gonna take a little
When I
piece home
first
with me, yeah.
saw it,
I'll just take
it was kind of messy looking,
Mhm.
and it didn't look like something we would make here. So I had to explain to people that I
It's
didn't make
moist.
You
it.
don't make it.
It's
That's
such
good.
a
It's a really nice cake, though.
Anyway, we sell out of it all the time.
Wow.
There you go.
It's got a ton of calories.
This is delicious
Oh,
too.
that's-
Well, it's good to share.
Did you put the
It's-
sauce on it?
I didn't.
there's a
Just in
pecan
its raw
sauce.
That's a
essence, it's
pecan-
awesome.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have to put the sauce on it.
I'm gonna do it.
You hear that, Defo? Have to.
Yes,
This
you
is
have
compulsory.
to.
Must.
Yeah.
It really adds so much to the
Well,
pumpkin
yeah,
cheesecake.
it does.
I love your blueberry
Blueberry
sauce
sauce for that. Yeah, you can pull
for
that
your thing.
close.
And I think
Oh,
we
you're
could
right.
just go out with some of these dessert bites, and it's something you
Wow.
don't ever want to miss if you're gonna come
Yeah.
to Gilbert's.
Get the full experience.
Save room for dessert, or
Right.
at the very least, take some dessert home in a box because she's
Right.
happy. She's always happy
Yeah,
to
they
do
keep
that.
well.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a beautiful bite of the cheesecake. And,
see, they're
I'm
not
gonna,
eating the key lime pie. You know why?
why?
Because he wants to take it home.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna smush
The
all the
sweets
whipped
I-
cream
I
all
read.
over.
It's for Mayo.
Oh,
Lenore, thank you so much.
You're
it was
welcome.
Great.
Beautiful time.
Congrats on the
Beautiful.
latest honors. Southern Living, one of
Yes.
the top burger spots, beloved burger joints we love in
Yeah.
the South. Gilbert's number 1 on that list. First
Yeah.
one featured
Yeah, that
Southern
was
Living
fantastic.
magazine.
yeah.
Just
Great
the
job, Lenore.
latest in a long line of accolades. And it's just good stuff. So come on out here. If you've never been, what are you waiting for? If you have been, you're probably going to be back again and again because that's the way it works. here,
Yes, I
right?
know.
Exactly.
Tell him Mike
Thank
Mayo
you.
sent you.
Yes. All right. Enjoy the holiday season. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
I'll see you next
I
year.
know we discussed last time,
See you
but you
next year.
don't make latkes on your own at home, or you do, or somebody does. Nobody does.
No, nobody now does it.
Nobody.
Nobody
now.
does it.
Okay. I'll invite you over to my house. Me and
Okay.
Val. I make them every year. They're good.
Maybe I'll get the chef to make it.
No,
He'll
I
probably
make
it
I
really
make a good latke. I make
Yeah?
a mean latkes.
Yes.
Yes.
Sugar, applesauce. What?
No, I go the savory route. I
What?
actually
Oh,
I put some creme fraiche.
He does a weird thing. He does
Creme
a whole thing.
fraiche
He puts
instead of sour
lox on
cream
it.
with
He
a
does-
little bit of sliced nova.
feels very Gentile.
and a little
Oh,
bit of
Nova?
capers and
Oh.
maybe a little bit of
It feels,
caviar.
it
that, you're
feels,
changing the
on
whole
it
thing.
feels very Gentile. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you. I'm not
It's
trying to
not
judge.
Gentile.
It's
The
Gentile.
Jews aren't eating
It's
that way. I'm not gonna lie to you. As
It's
a
classy.
long line of Jews.
All
No
right.
one's eating it that way.
Sometimes some of them with applesauce, but I like it.
Not
with
to
the
judge,
smoked
but
You
harsh.
guys too much.
They're making fun of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
eat that and sign off.
All right. Happy, healthy, and
Thank you.
prosperous New Year to you, the whole family, and everybody out there. Enjoy every sandwich. Enjoy every burger. Enjoy every bite of delicious dessert.